marriages is the way name suggests is something which got arranged by either your friends or family. In our case, it all got arranged by our parents. Rishabh's parents and my parents knew each other.
16th February, just 2 days after Valentine, I got married. So thank you.
Yeah, and after quite a long time, they met each other, and then they realized that there's a guy and there's a girl
who can be together,
who can get married and things like those. So
I've recently married, and it's been an arranged marriage, and my wife is living in India.
Arranged marriage can be a great thing, and it's worked for a lot of communities for a long time. I mean, even go back some generations, and arranged marriage was very common within the United Kingdom.
Mostly in our family or in our caste or whatever you want to call it, that's how it works. Families know each other, and they want, when they meet or they discuss, and through people, friends,
you get links.
Friends, families, and things like those. You meet other people and then decide.
I've been matchmaking for 5 years. Matchmaking is basically making two people meet.
Personally, I agree with arranged marriages because it relies for the individual choice, but also you also have the choice of your parents. And what I mean by that is an arranged marriage, in my view, works in the way where my parents would ask me firstly if I'd want to marry a guy.
I was very scared, even I had some nightmares that I am being forced to marry a girl. And it was one of my nightmares like 2 or 3 years ago, and I was so terrified that I thought, okay, I will not go for arranged marriage, I will find a girl and do myself.
It's the same for me. I'm not married yet, and every day I come home and my mum will say to me, there's such a boy and he's this age and he does this and this is his picture, and what do you think? The key is that I can say yes or no, and I'm not expected to marry this person from just having looked at their picture.
We met in a coffee shop, and this went on for many more days, and that's when we decided that we should get married, and we gave our consent to the parents. That's how the marriage was arranged.
If I didn't agree with the guy or I found out something, then my parents only have my best interest at heart, so I know they wouldn't say to me, no, you have to marry person. That's why arranged marriages work so well, because in my opinion my parents know what's best for me, and they know me better than I know myself.
Most of the marriages are arranged by the parents, and the parents will always look out for a better partner for you, and I think it works.
We were able to discuss things quite frankly. We were able to say what we wanted to say. It felt comfortable, and then it's just a chance you take. It's with any marriage, either it's arranged or a love marriage, it doesn't matter.
Forced marriage is a marriage where either one or both parties don't consent to the marriage, and some form of abuse or pressure is used. The abuse or pressure can take a physical form, sexual form, emotional, psychological or financial, and in most cases it will involve more than one type of abuse and pressure.
Forced marriages are said like when your parents, they say, okay, this is a guy or girl you have to marry and you have to marry. That's a forced marriage, irrespective of what you want to do or not.
In my eyes, a forced marriage is where the individual firstly doesn't have any sort of communication with the marriage proposal, so the individual in question won't be asked how do they feel about marriage, do they want to go through with it, what are their thoughts and feelings. That won't be taken into consideration, and it will just be perhaps the parents' interest best at heart rather than the individual who wants to get married.
It was up to me, and my father, I remember, asked me 10 times, are you sure you would want to do it? And I think that's probably a difference if you're actually not even given that chance, or maybe not even being like meeting each other even once.
Yeah, that would be forced marriage. Yeah,
that's probably what I would think is a forced marriage.
You just turn up on your wedding day and this is the girl you're getting married and they have to spend the rest of their life.
Although these things are not that common these days, but there are still cases. Not remotely even it happened with my close relative. I can't mention the relation with that guy. Basically he was in love with a girl who was not of his religion. She has a different religion, and they had an affair of 1 or 2 years, and everything was going fine until the girl's parents came to know about this kind of affair.
Both of us were very lucky in that,
Yeah.
in that sense. We had plenty of chances to say no, this is not the person for me, and walk away from it.
It happened within 3 weeks. When they came to know about that affair, the girl had to get married. So she was forced to get married to a guy whom I don't know, because I never been in contact with that girl after that marriage. So it was one of the cases I know, but still these things can happen.
And again, I have that choice to say yes or no. And that's what really an arranged marriage is, and it can work really well. For some people, they'll have an arranged marriage and they'll be very, very happy in that marriage. And for some people it might not work out, but I guess that's the risk that you take with marriage, whether it's an arranged marriage or whether, as we maybe call it in Asian society, a love marriage. You still have the same risks of whether you'll stay together or grow apart or make it work.
It doesn't, for me, I don't think so it matters if it is a arranged or a love marriage. It depends on the person. The two people who are going to live together finally
Can adjust to each other.
If they can, what they feel and how good they are with each other, what kind of life they want to live, it affects that really. It could be a love or arranged marriage. Both can fail, both can work.
Yeah, I think one good thing which I feel in arranged marriages is you don't come with a lot of baggage.
So I'd say for some people arranged marriage is really good, but the key thing again is choice. If you're happy to go through an arranged marriage process, then that's great. If it's something that you don't want, then you should be clear, this is not something for me. Choice is the key thing.
Yeah, so it was like discovering new thing every day for us after we got married.
You still discover new things?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.